She may have been his last one, but he did mine too. Long time ago.
I could have done it at that, but I didn't. I did it at the surgery center, but I don't have a lot of medical complications, so they were like, oh yeah, you can continue like that.
One thing we were really worried about was the blood clot she had.
Good.
She's walking on houses without her walking.
Oh, that's amazing. Awesome.
I was still almost crying after 2.5 to 3 days.
Yeah, I used to walk her for a while, but I couldn't.
She's done. She's on the stairs yesterday. She didn't need the stairs.
Yeah.
Some people just get that.
Well, it just yeah, but she's in good. She's in good physical health with all her. I mean, she's strong.
And I didn't do mine until after. I did everything after. Everything was done. But I think if I'd known ahead of time.
Yeah, I did some ahead of time, but Kathy in general had. I mean, she always been very active, so that's good.
He was changing heaven. We would just join him and say we did it because she's going to go walking no matter what.
Well, we don't have to worry about that.
Make sure you stay in line. Nah, he told me to watch you tonight.
Out of control. I had I relative. I lived to no. Some people have said they were. But not everyone. I don't know. I didn't. I'll share that.
Yeah. It says it's 59, but should be 7 o'clock. Okay. I think we're probably good. Well, we'll go ahead and call tonight's meeting to order. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Pape,
Here.
Councilmember Shavetta,
Here.
Councilmember Kozmeyer,
Here.
Councilmember Hands, Councilmember Caldwell,
Here.
Councilmember Leahy,
Here.
Councilmember Ryder,
Here.
Councilmember Silvers,
Here.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Here.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay. The next item up is public items. We're open up that. And that members of the public are encouraged to use this time to make comments about matters that do not appear on the agenda. Comments about items on the regular agenda will be taken up as each item is considered. Please note individuals making public comments will be limited to 5 minutes. In accordance with the governing body of rules and procedures, the city reserves the right to use public comments that are personal, impertinent, or slanderous. Now, we did have a sign-up sheet, which nobody has signed up this evening, but that does not preclude you from coming forward at this time if anyone would like to come down to the podium and make any comments. Okay, no one wants to say anything this evening. Okay, well, this is going to be quick. Okay, well, we will close out the public comment section of the meeting. And next item up is the consent agenda. And of the consent agenda, all items under this heading are considered to be routine by the city council, may be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless the council member so requests, in which case that item be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. There are 2 items this evening. Does anybody wish to have either one of those items removed from the consent agenda? Okay, I do not see anyone wishing to have any items removed, so I would entertain a motion. Okay, Mr. Silvers.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that the council approve consent agenda items number 1 and 2.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Ms. Shveta.
Mr. Mayor, I second that.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we have a motion. A second.
Councilmember Shavetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Koosmeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodrich.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item up this evening is the mayor's report, and I always like to tell a little bit about what I and other council members have been doing. So I will just go through those items rather quickly. I was privileged to meet with and acknowledge 11 veterans who are Merriam employees on Veterans Day with a small gift of our appreciation for serving our country. These individuals have continued in their serving capacity by serving our community, and we want to thank them for their service. Some of them are in attendance this evening. I attended the Johnson County, Wyandotte County Mayor's meeting, which was hosted by the next mayor, Julie Sayers. It's always good to meet with the other mayors, talk about what's going on in each city. This meeting, we invited and got many of our local state legislators, and were able to discuss what's important to us at the local level. I shared with them that Merriam wants to make sure that if the situs tax on automobiles ever comes up, that it does not get changed. If you buy a car in Merriam, we want to continue to receive that sales tax in Merriam. Should go to the city where the buyer lives. It should go to us. I met with a Merriam resident who wanted to discuss concerns that they have about Merriam. I passed those concerns on to the appropriate staff. I attended the legislative town hall meeting at Sylvester Powell Community Center. It's hosted by our Northeast Johnson County legislators. It's their time to share with us what's happening at the state level. They shared what bills are being introduced and what their stance is on them. It also gives us an opportunity to ask some questions and voice our concerns, which I did. I and several council members were able to attend the Merriam Employees Appreciation Event. It gives us an opportunity to get to know our employees' families and to thank them personally for sharing them with us. I and a council member attended the National League of Cities Conference in Salt Lake City. There were over 3,500 attendees from all over the country at this event. Many of our local mayors, council members, city managers were also in attendance, and we got to interact with them on both a personal and professional level. They offer a variety of educational topics at that conference that are all pertinent to improving local government. Speakers were great, and I learned many new things, but it was especially important when we get to interact with other elected officials who are equally knowledgeable as we discussed issues that each of us are facing in our own cities. Some of those items were the items that we'll be bringing back and using right here in our own city. I and a council member attended an event at the Kansas and Missouri League of Municipalities while we were at the conference. We got to mingle with other elected officials from both Missouri and Kansas. At this event, I spoke with Ward 1 Overland Park Council member Logan Healy about our Merriam Drive Antioch interchange and how we needed to coordinate our capital improvement projects so that we can jointly improve that intersection. I and a council member attended the Northeast Chamber of Commerce Gala. This event gives city staff and elected officials an opportunity to interact personal level, get to know each other better. Building relationships and getting to know other people on a first name basis is important when you need to work on joint projects that transcend our city boundaries. I spoke with county commissioners, mayors, business leaders, chamber leadership, host of others at that meeting, or at that, actually it was a party. But and that concludes my report. Does anybody have anything on the council that I missed? Okay, great. Ms. Shveta.
We had the public art meeting. Councilmember Silvers and I attended that.
Thank you for sharing that. We appreciate you guys representing us on that committee. Thank you. Anybody else attend anything that I missed? Okay. All right. Okay, well, moving right along then. Looks like the next item up is council items. A request for qualifications, downtown master plan. Mr. Engel, are you going to handle that one?
I will. This is a follow-up item from November 10th that was discussed from the agenda 2 Mondays ago. As you are all aware, we are getting close to having some plans that we can sink our teeth into from the Army Corps of Engineers to address the flood mitigation problem downtown that we've been working with them since 2002 on. We've been really working heavy with them since 2001 when the infrastructure bill, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, was approved to fund the engineering study for the core project. So they will have 65% drawings for us, plans, not just drawings, but the plans for the council to decide if we want to move on to what's called the PPA, which is a project agreement with them, and we would move forward. We have been very open with them from the beginning that this is a big, impactful decision, and we will not just make the decision quickly. We will take months to make this decision. One of the things that we are trying to anticipate is the things that the public and the council will need to make a consequential decision, like moving forward with the core would be. And one of the things that we do not have is a current. There was a lot of public outreach back in the early 2000s when we started this project, but there has not been any updated visioning or public input on the future of downtown not encumbered by a floodplain. So the recommendation of staff was that we should have a master plan process to give the council an alternative vision of what downtown could be, or at least what it could be after flood mitigation is addressed with the core project. So we are not asking for RFPs, which would be proposals. We're asking for RFQs, which is just qualifications. What have people done in similar situations? What is their background in terms of flood mitigation and visioning and outreach? And we would like to release the attached RFQ that was in the last packet, and this packet reflects some comments that were received during the last meeting. We would put this out on the street tomorrow, and we would anticipate having it back in a month or so and starting doing some interviews. Happy to answer any questions about that.
Go ahead, Mr. Lahey.
What's the plan to distribute it or solicit proposals?
Sure.
Qualifications,
Ballpark, there are several services that we use, so we would post it on several services, but we'll also put it in APWA, some architecture digest. We will actually send it out to a variety. We have kind of a laundry list of people that do these things that we're aware of that we will send it out. We'll post it on our website. We have a list. I don't have that list with me, but we actually have the list. We put it together.
Any other questions for Mr. Engel? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Silvers.
Chris, over the past month or so, I've received a couple phone calls and a couple texts basically asking me, has a developer been chosen to build the apartments right there in downtown Merriam? And I told them that that discussion has not been brought to the council. It hasn't been discussed among city staff as far as I know. Can you talk about that for a second?
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah. No one has approached, that I'm aware of, city staff with any plans to redevelop downtown. We've talked to 0 people about redeveloping downtown. This is about flood mitigation.
Exactly. That's what I told them, but I wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, Mr. Engel? Okay. Well, seeing no other questions from Mr. Engel, this is an actionable item. I would entertain a motion. Oh, we do have, I'm sorry. Oh, please come forward, sir. Name and address for the record.
Of course, Billy Crone, 6633 West Street. You know, I read the agendas before these meetings, and there was a memo in there from Mr. Engel that mentioned a certain amount of money from a certain account to fund this plan, planner. And I asked a simple question that I think could have had a simple answer in about 2 seconds, which what is the balance of that account? The account number was in this public document. The account is funded by tax money. It belongs to the people of the city. But I asked that question no less than 3 times, and both Bob Pape and Chris Engel and Megan Borth all refused to answer that question. I think that's an easy question to answer, but they've made me do an open records request to get that information. So if you want to know why there's open records requests, that's it. Simple, easy questions are getting ignored by staff that the public has a right to know. Also, a second ago, we just were told there was no plans to redevelop down there, but there's a work session. It's on YouTube. I was there and I recorded it. I don't remember if it was you, Jason, or Jacob. It might have been Bruce. I know it was a male who spoke specifically to ask, how many Merriam Grant stations can we fit down there? Those words were said in a city council work session either last year or 2023. So somebody's been talking about it, whether it's on the record or not. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else need to come forward on this item before I call for the motion? Okay. All right. I would entertain a motion. Ms. Shadrick.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the council approve the request for qualifications for a downtown master plan as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second? This way. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Shavetta, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, second.
We have a motion second, Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Kosmeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Lahey.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Aye.
Councilmember Shavetta.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Well, it looks like next item up is staff items. Looks like Director Borth is coming to the financial update, I guess you're going to give us, aren't you?
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council. I don't have anything to report for October. We are in the final quarter of this fiscal year, so everything is looking as presented. It's looking exactly how we would expect or better. You may see a slight uptick as departments try and finish out any of their expenditures in the next month or two, but as of right now, everything is tracking exactly how we would expect.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Have we been able to narrow down why the transient guest tax is so low?
Yes, so we are actually conducting a formal audit of certain hotels that we believe may not be acting within policy or the guidelines of the transient guest tax. So the one that I'm starting with has until December to get me their books and everything per the state law. So I am currently working with them to do a full audit of just the transient guest tax. So unfortunately, we couldn't get the answers we needed without taking it to that level at this point. But our hope is that they are doing everything as they should be, and this is just a quick check to make sure. So I will let you know as soon as I have something to report back from that, though.
It's good to know that you're on top of it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Any other questions for Director Borth about our finance report, which was in the packet? I guess not.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Oh my gosh, we are just rolling through here this evening. Community development update is what I have on my list. Like Director Dyer is coming to the podium.
Evening, Mayor, Council. First thing to note to talk about or report is, if you haven't noticed or haven't been by lately, 7-Eleven at Antioch Street are in the process of removing their tanks right now. They still have not provided us with any information on what they plan to do with the property for the future. But again, like I mentioned, the tanks are coming out. Marketplace, you've seen a lot of activity continue to go on up there, particularly with the Trader Joe's. That goes along as planned, and then also quite a bit of work going on with the Shell station, removal of all the concrete and things like that. So that is going along also as planned. Driveway applications, your driveway grant applications, we've had a number of those in. We've started reviewing those and getting ready to start asking folks maybe for some additional information, also start putting together some plans for the driveways in anticipation of getting bid packet out towards the end of first quarter. And then the last thing I have to report, we had an inspection from Kansas Department of Health and Environment for our MS4 system permit. MS4 system is the system, it's your storm sewer system. So we have to get a permit from the state of Kansas to discharge into the creek. As part of that permit process, we put together, the city puts together a master plan of how we're going to do water quality improvements, and we've been doing all those processes. Just a normal, typical, routine inspection that Kansas Department of Health and Environment performs. It seems like it went very well. We showed them the marketplace construction site, showed them all the erosion controls that are going on up there. They seem very pleased with that. So we hope to get a report from them in the next couple of weeks. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Director Dyer? See none that way. No questions this way. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Mr. Langer, well, gosh, we're rolling right along. You got anything from staff here that we need?
Sure. Let's see. Reminder that collection barrels are in the lobby of City Hall and the community center lobby until next Monday. If you have an opportunity to donate, please do, because those will go to needy folks through the Christmas Bureau. And Christmas in the Courtyard is that Friday, December 5th, at the community center from 6:30 to 8. Always a good event. Park and Rec always does a good job hosting. We've got our tree up down there. I believe we're going to be lighting up the library and the courtyard down there. Always a nice festive event at the beginning of December. Would highly recommend it to anybody who hasn't been there before. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions for Mr. Engel? Okay, I see no questions. Well, we have no executive session this evening.
No, sir.
Okay. If no one else has anything from a council standpoint, I would entertain a motion. Go ahead, Ms. Shadridge.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. We have a second? Okay, Mr. Caldwell seconds. Madam Clerk, we have a motion and a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
And thanks everyone for coming out this evening. We tried to get you home quick. Thank you.